Hey everyone, welcome back to Kirby and the Forgotten Breakfast. I'm hungry. In this part,
Breakfast, it's almost 5 o'clock.
uh, I'm very hungry. In this part, I believe we finish the.
No, that's next part.
Okay, then we do more amusement park shit.
Well, we skipped over talking about Cosmic Kirby the entire time.
With its DNA strands in the background and whatnot.
I have a funny story about Cosmic Bowling, by the way.
Dude, we were gonna talk about how Cosmic Bowling's rad. What happened at Cosmic Bowling?
Okay, so at this one Cosmic Bowling, where it was me and the family and a few other people, I can't remember who exactly, but they had, the screens of stuff going on in the background and all that.
Yes.
So one of the clips was from Ren and Stimpy from the Happy Happy Joy Joy thing, where Stimpy's just on the ground wiggling his butt. Part of it. So every time my sister went up, that particular clip would come up for some reason.
Oh.
And it was just constantly distracting her.
That's okay. All right.
So it was, I guess it was just one of those you had to be there things.
No, but I'm more like, that's uncomfortable for her, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, so... Yeah, I miss Cosmic Bowling. I don't know, it's just really cool going into a building and then your shoelaces are glowing. It's just neat. All right?
Kids in the comments, does Cosmic Bowling still exist?
No, it doesn't.
You think a place like Dave and Buster's would have that?
There is actually like an arcade / bowling alley in Boston. Technically it's slightly outside of Boston. It's in Somerville, but
the greater Boston area.
Yeah. And it's like you'd think it would be neat, but it's just unfortunately too small to like really be like proper, It's just there's just not enough space to do what you want to do. Like you have to wait an hour to go bowling and all that. It's just not as fun as it should be. There are arcades like fine as these things go. They had like more variety than like a Dave and Buster's typically has, because like Dave and Buster's will normally have like a lot of like kind of mediocre games. They won't have a lot of... They'll have, like, a lot of really weird modern... arcade games that I feel like people don't really play all that much. And, I mean, granted, you can't have, like, just 90s arcade games all the time, but...
At the same time, the 90s arcades were just better.
Like, having a few of them would be nice, like... People would play a Street Fighter machine if you put it in there, So
you need to have a Miss Pac-Man and Galaga machine in there.
Like, I mean, they'll have those, but they won't have like a Time Crisis, for example. Which would be sick.
You need the Jurassic Park ride game thing.
I've never played that one.
You know what? I'm not even sure like how the rights are handled when it comes to arcade machines like that. Like,
I think if you have it in the thing, like if you have it still in the God, I can't use real words. If you like are still playing that machine, I think you can still use it. Like if you bought a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 machine, you can just keep on playing it. I don't know if that's still necessarily the case, but I believe that's how it's supposed to go.
Like, I don't know how like brands treat that legally is all I'm saying. Like, I've seen some older arcades, but like I don't think I've ever seen games at those older arcades that are connected to like movies or whatever else.
Like, I mean, I think it's still fine because if you pinball machines, like you'll still see pinball machines with like Indiana Jones pinball machine that's 30 years old. Granted, I think pinball machines, due to the fact that they're not digital, probably have less going on that front than like a video game,
The little corner arcade at the skating rink that I used to work at, it had some of the best stuff when I was a kid. It had like Marvel vs. Capcom, Terminator 2 Pinball, all kinds of stuff. Now it's just little rinky-dink carnival games. Like, who cares?
What I really miss is there was this like gym arcade that my sister would play basketball in, not too far from where I lived, and it had like an upstairs floor with a whole bunch of arcade games and like a downstairs floor with like a bunch of like tennis courts and basketball courts and stuff like that, which was really neat. So and they tore the whole building down, which was a shame.
So I'm happy to find this Sonic 3D Blast reference here in a Kirby game.
Oh, what? Oh my God. I haven't thought about Sonic 3D Blast in 17,000 years. Like, I completely forgot that that's even how you play that game. Like,
you collect 5 birds and you bring them to the goal. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a remix of the old arcade Flicky games design. You know,
I actually did play a decent amount of Flicky because it was the only one of the games that I knew how to unlock on the Mega Collection. You just unlock it by having an SA2 save file, if I remember correctly.
There was probably another way to unlock it because I remember having it unlocked too, but
I remember you had to unlock like the Sonic 3 and Knuckles and other stuff like that, which I don't think I ever figured out how to do.
You just had to play Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles enough times.
Yeah, but like I didn't ever turn on like each individual game that many times.
Well, you can just turn it on and then exit and turn it on.
Yeah, the way people actually unlocked that shit was by looking it up online, seeing how it was unlocked, and then repeating the action over and over.
Oh yeah, but that's like when you had to look it up on like game FAQs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just never bothered that. I just played like Sonic 2 instead, and then eventually like just gave up like trying to figure out how you're supposed to do other stuff.
Yeah, it was a silly way of arranging the lock-ons. What are you doing? What?
You're doing it wrong.
Well, no, I'm yeah.
Are you showing the other thing or?
I think I'm showing the other thing.
Well, you're obviously not pressed for time.
So this is a reference that I don't think that anybody outside of HAL, of Japan, I should say, would ever get. In order to unlock a secret HAL room, you have to stop the timer at like 85 seconds exactly, and that's a pun on.
It's Haru.
Yeah, it's a pun on the that only makes sense in Japanese. So like when you were trying to find the 3 HAL rooms as an American, you're like, how the fuck do I do this? Because I found the first one and the third one by myself, and it's like, where the hell's the third one? The second one. And you have to sit here for 85 seconds of your life.
Weird.
I mean, it's a cute pun if you're Japanese and understand like how it works, but not otherwise.
I don't know. This seems like it would be pretty boring.
It is pretty boring.
Whether you knew the pun or not.
Driving in circles.
Kirby is helping with global warming. Oh, it's 86. Sorry.
Well. Oh. At least it's not
special.
At least it's not exact.
Yeah, no, it's you're given some leeway on it, for sure, but
oh, yay, another gotcha thing.
Well, thankfully, gotcha, as in like the I thought you meant like it's a gotcha. Never mind.
No, he meant the gotcha pun.
Yeah. Actually,
Just retry.
The capsules are the things about the game that are the hardest to like get for 100% completion. Because they're random. And so you have to, every time you need another one, you have to watch the animation go, and it takes forever.
Wait, if you do that before going for the HAL room, will it not work?
I've never tried it, to be honest. I'm not sure.
Huh. Oh, well.
Yeah, I don't know. Comment section probably knows. Can you please tell us? I'm sure I will read it. I'll definitely read it.
I read the comments section sometimes, but I'm crazy, so.
I don't.
I mean, it's nice to read the comments every once in a while. It's even nicer when
Wait. You're gonna.
the comments are comments you'd want to read.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. No, I think
mean the
I
poster.
forgot. I forgot something.
Oh, no.
Here, I do have to come back to this level.
Yep, you do.
Oh no.
Yeah. This level is just really cute, and I like it. Like with the parade shit. I don't know. I just think it's neat. All right. I love this level with the little.
Can I just say, I have absolutely no positive feelings attached to the idea of parades at all.
Oh, like
So-
actual parades, I think are really, really boring. But like when you've got like fancy Disney parades, then I think that they can be pretty fun.
No, I mean, like, the only times I've ever seen anything fun attached to a parade, it's always been on, like... It's always been in, like, a movie or a video showcase of a parade after the fact. But the actual idea of watching a parade in real time sounds miserable to me.
Yeah, I can't imagine going into the middle of November to watch the Macy's Day Parade in person.
But, like, people must like it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have stuck around so long.
I mean, it was a lot harder to find good entertainment way back in the day. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, I mean, I agree that, I mean, there is an element of craftsmanship that you can appreciate, like when they're building cool floats and stuff, and like seeing the balloons is always cool, like for those sorts of things. But like just kind of sitting there and watching is not that interesting. As somebody who's done marching band, like walking a parade sucks.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because like it's just like 5 miles of walking and playing the same 30-second song over and over again. And it's awful.
That sounds really terrible.
Yeah, it's not the best.
What?
But it's I think it's a fun idea for a level, because these assholes, it's like it's a creative in-world way to like make an obstacle course effectively with moving obstacles. You know, it's
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that, like, when I see levels like this or frickin' movies that have parades in them, my thoughts always go to like, wow, I'm so glad I never developed a taste for this, because
yeah, no, I get you. Oh yeah, that's what I missed, is the poster.
The one I posted, and you missed the last one as well.
Oh yeah, but I don't know what it is because I missed it. I don't remember what the last one is. Listen, I haven't played this game in a good bit. All right. Now, actually, I'm thinking about it right now. We typically get a Kirby game like every 2 or 3 years. It's like a platformer, I should say. We haven't really. It's kind of felt like it's been more common over the past couple of years because Star Allies got so much DLC. I was honestly really surprised when they announced the Return to Dreamland remake. With that said, do you guys think that they're going to wait for Switch 2 or whatever it ends up being for the next 3D Kirby game? Or do you think that they'll...
For the next 3D Kirby game, yeah, probably. There'll still be more Kirby content on the Switch, though.
Yeah.
Because we can't go a year without having some kind of Kirby content coming out, which is a little awkward considering, you know, the Forgotten Lands is the highest selling Kirby game of all time of a whopping 3 million units.
No, that was the 3 million units within like 6 months is the thing. If we look up what it's...
Sure. I'm sure it's a little bit more than that, but it's just one of those things where it was like, why do we get so much Kirby all the time? When he sells well, don't get me wrong, it's not like he's a commercial flop. It's just one of those, it's like, you know, plenty of other franchises sell about the same amount and we still don't get any of those.
I think it's... Okay, so as of September 30th, it's at 5.2 million copies. So
very nice.
That is, yeah. I think in terms of why they come out so frequently, I think it's a number.
We were talking about this off screen, but good time to transition to it.
Yeah. I think there's a couple of things. For one, it's critical success. There hasn't been a mainline Kirby game that people haven't liked.
Star Allies is probably about the closest we're gonna get.
Yeah, but like Star Allies is still fine. You know, people will bitch and moan about Star Allies and some elements of it, and you know what? If it certainly is not the best Kirby game, don't get me wrong. But if your worst game in your series is Star Allies, your series is pretty damn good. That's like saying, oh man, the worst game in Zelda is like. What, like
Skyward Sword?
Skyward Sword.
We're not counting the CDI games because that's just,
yeah. It's just like
those don't count.
Kirby fans are freaking spoiled. Like every game in your series is fantastic. You know, so there's one. They always get received very well. So there's no fighting that you have to do in order to release a new one because you know people will like it. It's not like say Sonic is easy to pick on. It's not like Sonic where after a game train wrecks, you have to convince shareholders that your new one won't train wreck. So you have to like change things drastically.
Man, if there's one thing I hate about any commercial endeavor, it's the fucking shareholders.
Yeah, capitalism sucks.
It's not even just the capitalism. It's not even just capitalism sucks. It's that the shareholders have zero knowledge of the thing that they're investing money into half the time.
Yeah, it's just like this thing make money, then thing good. This thing not make money, thing bad. We need more money. I'm just reminded of a Pro ZD skit where I think it was the head of Discovery Warner is need more money. Here's your giant pile of money. So money.
It's just kind of like, you know, I really wish for once in this miserable planet's existence, we could have a business where the key decision makers weren't completely ignorant as to what makes the product they're selling worth buying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, those start off as small companies that become successful because they do things that people want. They get bought out by bigger companies who then run it into the ground.
Yeah, it's you see this a lot with different in different instances. For example, if you didn't know, Hasbro, like the toy company Hasbro, owns Wizards of the Coast, who makes Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. And D&D and MTG fans are not very happy these days because there's very clearly many instances right now where stuff that Hasbro has pushed out that has impacted the quality of the game. The most recent and controversial of which lately has been like the open gaming license.
They finally went back on that, by the way.
Yeah, which is good, don't get me wrong, but
we got to watch them like hawks so that they don't just go back to trying it the moment that they think we forgot.
Yeah, but this tangent does have a point. They did a shareholder meeting for Hasbro not too long ago. Wizards of the Coast is effectively single-handedly keeping the entire company profitable. Magic the Gathering has never sold more product, and D&D is more relevant now than it's ever been. And they're doing so well that even though the rest of Hasbro is like doing really badly, they're still growing and still earning a profit. And even though they did that, they still laid off staff in other departments, which is just like one of those things where you're like, okay, so you've admitted that you're making money and that this one division that you have is effectively keeping you afloat. So your solution is to, instead of using the extra money you earned from this other division to prop up your sadder divisions, is to just fire the other people entirely and then just continue to milk Magic and D&D for every penny that they're possibly worth.
Make the other divisions even less likely to make money. It sounds like a recipe for success to me.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like, why these people are paid so much money to make decisions. I just, like, I could be a businessman.
It's called failing upwards. You eventually reach the point where you become incompetent.
But I'm already incompetent, and I don't make money like that. Oh, man. So yeah. Anyway, I guess the point is that, like, I'm getting, just to bring it back around, is that, as long as something's not like a surefire win, many companies are not going to bother with the risk, which is dumb.
Which is dumb because you don't know what the win is until you've made the win, you know?
Yeah, like, honestly, like, to bring it back to something like Wario Land or F-Zero or Advance Wars is actually a good example because that's finally coming out. Advance Wars was most likely not an expensive game for Nintendo to commission, and they will most likely make their money back tenfold on that purchase, even with the delay that it had. They could just do more stuff like that. You have other properties that people will give you money to if you utilize, and make your core fan base happy, which is extremely important because, again, we pay them in exposure. Nintendo, don't you want our juicy exposure? Gosh, call me. I want tickets to Nintendo World.
Yeah, our 2,000 views a day is extremely valuable to them, I'm sure.
Oh, dude, that's 2,000. 2,000's a lot of people, man. I don't know what to say. And give me tickets to Nintendo World, please.